Hey everybody, I am really excited about the video that we have for you today. As you've probably seen in both the thumbnail and the title for this video, I'm going to be making a flaming moe, or at least taste testing my interpretation of the flaming moe. Now, you may remember about a year ago, I did another cocktail video, shameless plug here. And I wanted to do this cocktail with it, but of course, I tried to justify it some way, you know, Simpsons video games, or renaming the video to like famous cocktails, but it never seemed right, so I decided not to do it. But I've always, even long before I was able to drink, wanted to test out this cocktail, because it's just kind of a really interesting mythos when you watch on TV. It just really intrigued me, you know, how a cocktail can be okay, even with cough syrup in it, and even after that, it's like fire makes it better. So, really excited about trying it out today, and I'm gonna mix it up. For those of you who don't know what a flaming moe is, or probably missed that episode of The Simpsons, what happens is that Homer, the patriarch of the Simpson family, is at his favorite bar, and they don't have beer for the night. I don't really remember the circumstances behind that, but I guess it's Moe didn't pay the beer vendor.
Oh, sorry, I forgot we're out of beer. Well, I know. I got behind on my beer payments. The distributor cut me off, and I spent my last 10 grand on a love tester.
So Moe is having a hard time because he doesn't really remember how to make cocktails. I'm guessing it's been a long time since he's made a cocktail. And then Homer decides to tell him the story about one night where he was out of beer again. So he mixed up all the liquor that he had in his house. He accidentally added some cough syrup and made an okay cocktail, and then an accident involving cigarette ash causes it to burst into flames. He blows out the fire, and then boom, magical, magical cocktail. And it's so great that Moe actually steals the idea for what he was calling the Flaming Homer, calling it the Flaming Moe, and then it becoming a world famous cocktail and his bar's signature cocktail. And one thing that I'm going to have to mention about the cocktail, a little bit of a disclaimer. One reason that I'm not going to be drinking all of it, and kind of the reason why that pokes a hole really in the whole concept of the Flaming Moe. Yes, I am debating the logistics of a cartoon for you here, but this is the cough syrup that I had. And in the show, the cocktail is actually purple, so you have to assume that there's a lot of it in there. I'm probably going to use this whole bottle, just because it just seems like he used a lot. I mean, he had this entire palette full of bottles of the stuff to, you know, use in these cocktails, so there's a lot of it. But something that was in common with a lot of, or pretty much every children's cough syrup that I was able to find, especially the grape flavored ones, is they all contain acetaminophen, which is, as you may or may not know, an over-the-counter NSAID pain reliever. It's very common in pretty much all cough medicines, like Dayquil, NyQuil. But the problem with that is that even though this has a small amount because it is intended for children, they're only supposed to be using a little teaspoon or tablespoon of it, and this is a whole bottle. So if I were to use the entire bottle, this would be about 5 to 6 times what the maximum, like 6 times the maximum daily dose of what is considered, like I said, maximum. So anything over that can cause liver damage and even liver failure. So the problem is that if you had one of these, you'd probably get extremely ill, and 2 of them, you'd probably be very, very, very sick, and 3 of them, you'd probably be dead, if not from, if not dead from 1 or 2. So, Mo would have a very, very large liability on his hands with the amount of people dropping dead and being hospitalized because of his signature cocktail. So, like I said, you probably can't mix your own version of this, or you shouldn't, and I won't be drinking the whole thing just because I like my liver and I don't want it to fail. But we'll get on with the actual preparation. Okay, so pinpointing down the specific ingredients of the Flaming Mo was a little bit hard, mostly because you only see 3 ingredients, which, if you look on the screen, is one is tequila, one is peppermint schnapps, and one is creme de menthe. But I also do see a brown bottle and a green bottle. For the brown bottle, I will be using rum, and for the green bottle, I will be using whiskey. What is seen in the show, the cocktail is shown as flammable, so it does burn quite explosively, actually.
Huh?
And that does create a bit of a problem because all of the stuff that I have here is at or below kind of a flammability rate, so all mixed together, it will not be flammable. So I'm going to have to bring in one extra ingredient that I didn't see being used, but it's just to, The Simpsons was made in the early 90s, so alcohol by volume content may have been much, much higher. So I'm going to have to bring out the gasoline, or the extremely flammable alcohol here. It is Everclear grain alcohol, nearly pure alcohol, 95% alcohol, 190 proof. So, yeah, this could run your car off of it. I'm not going to because, well, gasoline is a bit cheaper. I'm gonna smell it because I've never tried it, and I'm assuming it's gonna smell like gasoline. Surprisingly, I was expecting it to sting, but it doesn't have a very strong smell at all, which is kind of odd. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to splash maybe a shot or 2 on the main cocktail just to make sure that it will be flammable and that the fire will be hopefully a little bit explosive. But yes, I will try the I want to try the cocktail alone before putting in the cough syrup. I will mix all of the rest of this together beforehand. I will taste it and then see if the cough medicine actually adds anything to it. And then of course we will do the 2 tests after I mix in the cough syrup, which is we'll make sure I don't go blind, and then we'll make sure that fire actually makes it better. Wow, I have never, in the entire time that I've been in this kitchen, I've never been more apprehensive about putting something inside my mouth. The smells emanating from each of these, they're all fairly strong alcohols, but I'm somebody who doesn't really like the taste and the sting of alcohol, but this is entirely hard alcohol, and the smell coming off of it is indescribable. It's kind of like the worst part of all of these, all mixed into one. So I'm going, like I said, I will try it without putting the cough syrup in it, but I can guarantee you it's not going to taste very good. And I can guarantee you the cough syrup, which is pretty important itself, is going to make it taste better. But let's try it. Oh, good Lord. Yeah. It's not. Oh, whoa. Okay. Ugh. Wow, peppermint schnapps is really. Okay. Oh God. I'm gonna need a minute here. So, I'm not blind. I think I already said that. It's like a carousel, it just keeps changing. Wow, it just keeps changing into like I said, every bad part of each of these alcohols is present in that taste. It's burning. Oh, wow, that is terrible. Yeah, it's burning my throat. I think a little insane with the Everclear there. Wow. That was awful. Okay, well, let's mix the cough syrup in there. Oh, yeah, my throat. Okay. Not quite the uniform color of I was expecting. Hair on my hand there. Oh, that taste is gonna be in my mouth for the rest of my life, I think. But hey, look at that. Some good news in this. Sort of awful position I put myself in. It does kind of look like the Flaming O now. And let's hope that it has diluted the taste and made it not so terrible. I really, really, really don't want to try it again. It still smells the same. So, I gotta try it twice. Once with it like it is, and then once with the fire, and I'm stalling because this is actually, to be fair, that's not bad. Okay, there's kind of that medicine-y aftertaste, but Let's see if it still flames. If it doesn't, I'll bring you guys in close so you can see better, but I'll probably have to put more Everclear in there just because it will make it more flammable. But wow, the fact that it does make it taste a lot better leads some credence to the fact that yes, cough syrup can be a good secret ingredient for a cocktail. It's a little bit later than originally planned. I did let that burn quite a bit longer than I probably should have. When I've seen bartenders in the past make flaming drinks, they kind of just let it burn out, and that's what I planned on doing. But it seems like, well, the drink, I should say, was boiling, and the glass was starting to blacken, and I decided to blow it out and let it cool. I was a little worried that it might crack the glass, and I don't have enough cough syrup to do another one. But it did burn, and it surprisingly looked quite a bit like the TV show. As far as the smell goes, it is a much better smell. Let's see if fire made it better. Well, I hate to disappoint all of you Simpsons fans, but I don't think so. Yeah, what I think happened was I probably burned off a lot of the Everclear. So that fire kind of made the cough syrupy taste sort of predominant, and yeah, there's the tingling on my tongue. So I would say this is a bust. It's not horrible when all mixed together, but with the fact that this will kill you, I mean, one probably won't, but two definitely probably would at least get you in the hospital, if not kill you. But as always, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.